Hey everybody, it's Tanner P. McAdoo. Welcome to the Ridiculous Ubiquitous Podcast, a show where we casually observe all the crazy stuff going on. Take a look around. You'll see what we're talking about.
It's a clown world, miss.
I grew up watching reruns of a really great American TV show, which centered upon one of the early supergroup boy bands of the pop music era. No, not the Beatles, the other one. No, not them either. I'm talking about the Monkees, of course. The show originally aired in 1966 alongside other popular sitcoms like Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie. But what made this show so great and still relevant to a kid in the mid to late 80s was this. It had a sort of irreverent humor that was always poking fun at social norms. In a very Scooby-Doo sort of way, the plots would often present an outlandish problem, which, especially in the hindsight of nearly 60 years, seemed to carry some societal relevance, even perhaps signaling to its audience that these shows had been crafted to do more than just entertain them. In a wacky double entendre of Project Mockingbird-style programming, and the revelation of that method to its viewers, which is a confession of sorts. In the final episode, the boys awake to the Good Morning track from the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's album, which for me sets the pace of the whole show with a real Tavistockian impetus. Make of those words what you can. If you're curious or need some help with that word salad, you can look up the Tavistock Institute and gather some context. As the episode progresses, the plot is revealed to be a startling revelation, which is that television and television shows, such as the one which the viewers are watching right now, are capable and even are in fact used by nefarious controlling agents as a means of programming and controlling the minds of entire populations. You see, while all the TV watching world is under the spell of their TV sets, a guy with the right mix of motivation and resources can actually take over the world. Fortunately for the world, the Monkees came rushing to the rescue. All they had to do, in fact, was to help the giant Frodis plant grow and reach its maximum potential so that it could emit a green haze of Frodis smoke and get the entire world in a proper state of mellow. This episode was, in inverted quotes, directed by the late, great Mickey Dolenz, who was an advocate for marijuana use and is said to have coined the term Frodis as a nom de guerre for the substance. In the French, the term nom de guerre means literally war name. It's an interesting word choice I make there because, at the same time, the Vietnam War was raging, and a robust intellectual and philosophical resistance to the war was by this time being overshadowed by the literal cloud of Frodis smoke rising in plumes from college campuses like UC Berkeley and settling upon the country in a green fog of apathetic munchies. Well, thanks for hanging out. Please rate, review, and subscribe if you like it. Also, sharing is caring. This episode of Ridiculous Ubiquitous was brought to you in part by Felix's Semi-Natural Butch Wax. For all you butches who need it to stand up and stay up, we're talking about hair now. Felix's Semi-Natural Butch Wax is guaranteed to perform in all conditions, regardless of humidity, rain, extreme temperatures. It says here you can even swim in the stuff. Felix's Semi-Natural Butch Wax is naturally derived from recycled petroleums and carnauba waxes through a proprietary process which Felix himself has developed. Now, Felix would like you to know he did experience some hair loss and temporary confusion in the days following his first self-application, but he also says, and this is important now, he also wants you to really understand that his isolated experience does not provide a meaningful sample size, scientifically speaking, that is. Okay, well, I guess he does have a point there. Felix's Semi-Natural Butch Wax is packaged in a strikingly handsome, non-recyclable vinyl tube. You just push a finger up through the bottom, and the wax protrudes from the top. Very ergonomic. Thanks, Felix's Semi-Natural Butch Wax.
That's ridiculous.